Hello FCS families. Every year we give you a report about the state of the school to provide a glimpse of what God is doing in and through the FCS community. We have so much to be grateful for this year, so let's get started. Our school's current strategic plan addresses a broad range of topics, ranging from school security to salaries, communication of our foundational documents, and more. An area where we press into when planning is the spiritual development of our students. One of our school's student outcomes is that they will become disciples of Jesus and lead others to do the same. A way we have been targeting this outcome in the upper school this year is by implementing shepherding teams, which involves a more intentional focus on teachers having meaningful, guided conversations with a consistent group of students, and more intentionally watching for signs of spiritual growth and struggle. Our teachers are required to pursue biblical training every year to be continually prepared to minister to students in this way. And this year's training with Dr. Glenn Schultz was a particular highlight.
Academically, we're seeing the fruit of continued focus on in-person instruction as much as we were able during the pandemic. We are also focusing on teacher training in the area of assessment, particularly using data from various sources to make good decisions for our students. You may know that FCS maintains our accreditation through the Association of Christian Schools International. Recently, the school community, parents, students, staff, and alumni participated in an extensive survey to help us assess many aspects of our school. We are just starting to dive into the data we received and look forward to using that information to create a new strategic plan as we begin to prepare for our next reaccreditation in the spring of 2024.
Financially, we're in a very healthy position because of the generosity of our families, increased interest and enrollment due to our new and growing admissions department, and the excellent work of our finance director of many years, Mrs. Phyllis Bachman. Phyllis will be transitioning to part-time at FCS starting next year and will be personally training her replacement. We'd like to publicly thank Phyllis for the wise way she has helped us to steward the many blessings we have at FCS. In addition, we are growing our school's endowment, which is called the Legacy Fund. This endowment is an investment into the future stability of FCS for many years to come.
One of the critical areas of focus in our expected student outcomes is the social development of our students. As you probably know well, the long season of COVID had a real impact on this regard because social and extracurricular activities were severely limited. We are delighted that we have begun adding more activities back into our program. We know that our students' involvement in fine arts, athletics, and other extracurricular activities is a great benefit for them. At the same time, we cannot ignore the toll that COVID has had on our students' development and on the well-being of our staff. We need a time of healing, reflection, and a return to a healthy, robust Christian community. A close walk with the Lord, gratitude, rest, and encouraging each other with stories of God's faithfulness and sovereign hand in these last years, not just the lack of a pandemic, is what we all need to emerge stronger, more unified, and better equipped for challenges that we know will lie ahead. By staying true to God's word, cultivating healthy community, and focusing on what God leads us to do as a school, we trust that God will continue to bless FCS and help us to be a blessing to the Fredericksburg community and to the world. We know that our mission is one that impacts generation after generation and ultimately impacts eternity as we focus on the souls of the students entrusted to our care.
That's right, Heather. Another school-wide transition ahead is that of the leadership of FCS. As our board has shared recently in a letter to the school community, we feel God's clear leading in the transition of Dr. Lee into the superintendent role at the end of this school year. I won't be disappearing though, and Dr. Lee will share more in the coming weeks about how I'll be supporting FCS in a different way next year. Sherry and I love and appreciate the FCS family so much and look forward to cheering you on and supporting Dr. Lee as she leads us ahead.
Thank you, Rick. We are incredibly blessed to be part of this strong and growing ministry. Our mission of developing Christian leaders is one we do not take lightly. I am so grateful for Mr. Yost's humble and solid leadership during his tenure, and I have strong confidence in the leadership and staff at FCS as we continue to work together toward that goal. Thank you for being a part of it. God bless you.